aliveness. There's my toes. Go put you back.
It is June. Actually, it's Father's Day today.
It is. Happy Father's Day.
Oh, thanks. I'm not your daddy.
Nope, you're not.
We'll talk about that later.
Oh my God.
But no, it's middle of June. Actually, heading towards the end of June, I guess, at this point. We have a warm day today. We have some really hot weather coming, which is not shocking. Desert and all. But we've had a beautiful spring.
Oh yeah.
Just beautiful.
Nice.
But you can definitely tell on our vlogs when it starts to warm up because we go from jackets, boots, to shorts, t-shirts, and flip-flops with our chores in the morning. So we've got fruit that's ripening up. We've got a lot of harvesting done. So we had our peaches are completely done. Our apricots are completely done at this point. You can see we have things that are just starting to ripen. The grapes behind us here. We're starting to get a beautiful purple and red blush on the flame grapes. Those are the first ones to ripen, and so not surprising to see those. Still have a few that are a ways off. We have our plums. We actually started harvesting our plums.
Yes, we wanted to cover them. We never got them covered, and the birds started attacking them, so we started harvesting them.
Yeah, so we figure with those, we have a specific purpose for those, and that would be...
Wine.
Yeah, I was about to say, to see if you remembered.
I remember. Just I feel like all we do is make wine.
Yeah, we're like a couple of winos, that's
People
for sure.
are like,
It's just nothing but alcohol for us. You know, let's skip the juice. I'd rather have the hard stuff.
Well, we enjoy making the wine as well as drinking wine.
Yes. I think sometimes I probably enjoy making it more than drinking it.
I think so too.
To be honest with you.
For you.
Yeah.
Not me.
Yeah, no. It's a little bit of both for you.
Yeah.
For me, it's rum and Coke and beer. We also have apples, right? So our apples are definitely just about there. The Tropic Sweet, we had that yesterday. It was pretty darn good. With those, we have to harvest a little bit early, so I think we're gonna probably need to get those off the trees. Eventually, we've had a lot of folks ask us, you know, why we freeze everything, why don't we can more stuff, what do you do with it? We do make a lot of wine, but our apple trees and our peach trees, our mulberry trees, the things you guys have seen us harvesting and processing here over the last several weeks, blackberries as well, all of those things we actually do anticipate eventually having for sale. Probably you pick, so have folks come out to the farm to visit and do some of that because it'll be neat. So we won't normally get quite that much. So for now, we're keeping it, but probably next year we'll have that going. So, but that's why we've got so much of it.
Yes.
So what are we gonna do with all the extra apples?
Make wine.
Let's get to work. It's 6 in the morning, we're talking about alcohol. Let's do 73. That'll get us to the end without a problem. So it's just over 6 feet. There's that sound again, that old man sound. bite into it, girl. Oh, I don't know. That's probably good. So we've had our Kune pigs here on the farm for the last, 2 or 3 months now. You can see they're starting to get larger-ish, but they're not gonna normally be all that big, just a couple 100 pounds, which still sounds big, but for pigs here on this farm, that's pretty small. Now we have had these in a smaller enclosure just because we wanted to get them out here into the open. What we were working on here the past few days has been expanding this area. So now the goal for these pigs is actually to breed them. We're gonna be utilizing them for a couple different things here on the farm because, as you guys know, it's a functioning farm. So we don't have a whole lot of different pets here on the farm. So they actually do serve a purpose. Now, those 3 are our breeding stock. So we have Winston, who's our male, and we have Lucille and Priscilla, our 2 females. So what we're gonna be doing is, in just a few weeks, we're gonna be separating Winston from the girls. Now we don't want him completely separate because he's used to being with them and we don't want him completely on his own. So all we've done is basically expand this area here. We've added in a larger enclosure for the 2 girls. So when they're pregnant and having babies, they'll be separate from him and have a larger space for the 2 of them and then eventually the babies. And then in the far corner, we have 1 pen that'll be a breeding pen. So as you guys know, we use our T-posts and our pig panels here. Fortunately, with our very, very hard ground, these T-posts do a very good job of keeping the pigs in. They've kept our big 350, 400 pound pigs in just fine. So for these little guys, it won't be a problem at all. So very easy to put up, very easy to take down if we decide we want to change things around, but it keeps them nice and safe. So now one of the things you'll notice behind me here, this is the enclosure that we had built by Roger, who is our welding guy. So he built this for us. We use this for the pigs that we are using for our pork program this year. We've decided we're gonna take this and put it on the high spot of the area here for the 2 girls. That particular enclosure is going to become our new Hogwarts. So we figured that's a perfect name for the Kunes that are going to wind up going to several different families as pets, probably, but also just because it's just fitting. This is a Satlap. Now, you may not have heard of this variety before. In fact, if you Google search this, you're gonna have a hard time finding anything. In fact, I couldn't find anything really at all. Now, we get these from Reed at RSI Growers. You guys know he is our go-to for stone fruit here in the Phoenix area. And this is a cross between a Satsuma plum and a Lapin's cherry. Obviously, it's not a Plueri because that's a patented name, so that's not what this is. This is a plum cherry hybrid. This tree has been in the ground for just over 3 years. This is the first year that we've gotten a harvest off of it. Now, we've already been eating these for the last week or so. Now, we're a little behind this year as far as when everything is ripening, so my guess is this is typically ripe sometime in the beginning of June. We're here last 3rd of June. So now I have 2 examples here of the fruit. But as far as the fruit, beautiful looking plum. The size of the fruit itself, it's probably a little bit bigger than a ping pong ball. Now we have seen a pretty good variation in size on these fruit. We've seen them larger than this and also much smaller. We also have one that shows a very good example of the cherry heritage. In fact, we have a pair that are not connected, so it's not a double like you would normally find with, say, peach trees or something like that, because they're completely disconnected or not conjoined. But you could definitely see the cherry parentage in this particular one where they're actually connected. So now we're here in the middle of the plum season. We have birds that are just destroying all of these plums. Now, we probably should net these trees, but we didn't want to go through the hassle of it. So what we did is we completely cleared the tree of all the fruit. We have probably about 24 good pieces of fruit, and we have about a dozen or so that have some bird damage to them. Now, all of these are destined for wine. I know that's shocking, but we do like a good plum wine. But what I want to do for you guys now is actually try one of these so you can see what it looks like on the inside, and I can do my best at describing the flavor. So you can get an idea of the color on the inside of this. Just a beautiful, dark, luscious red color. Now, we have shown you guys the Sweet Treat Blueberry, which is a Zager variety. That fruit is a little bit smaller than this. So I would say size-wise, this is somewhere between a fully mature Santa Rosa plum and probably either a Burgundy plum or one of the Sweet Treat Blueberries. Very similar in size, but the color, much deeper red color to these. I love that beautiful dark red. A lot more antioxidant activity in these, so these are a great option as far as that's concerned. But let's see what this tastes like. Wow, these are really good. This is perfectly ripe. We've been harvesting these for the last week or two. They've been very tart, so I'll do my best at describing the flavor. Basically tastes like a plum. It has a tart, definitely some tart to it. With the Sweet Treat Blueberries, those are a lot more sweet than tart. The texture itself, much like a good ripe plum, got a nice little pop. There's a zing, a tart zing in the skin itself. Perfect consistency, really. Yeah, so I would say that this is probably perfectly ripe. If they're a little bit on the underripe side, they definitely have a lot more tart than sweet. I would say this is a good 50-50 balance of tart and sweet. So if you like a really nice tart and sweet plum, this might be a great option for you. So Satlap, this is a plum cherry hybrid that we get from Reed at RSI Growers. Now, Reed, I'm sorry if you don't have any of these and people are asking. Hopefully you can do more. If not, we've got some wood for you here, but that is the place to get these. It took us about 3 years to get a harvest off of it. Had a nice little harvest this year. The tree itself is a beautiful, beautiful plum tree, basically. It does have a tendency to grow more vertical. You'll definitely need to put a open center on this tree and really train the tree to put on some horizontal growth for you. It's going to want to try to grow straight up. You'll definitely need that because there's a lot of fruit set that happens on the inside of the tree. It'll help to get you a nice ripe fruit. Okay, so we got Lori's opinion on this. She says she can really get in here. Come here, beautiful, gorgeous. Get over here. Okay, explain to everybody what you think as far as the taste is concerned.
Well, I know, I just took a bite of it and I can really taste the cherry in it.
Really?
I can.
So that's interesting because I mainly taste plum.
No, I taste more, because if you take, like even comparing the blueberry to this one, that one I taste more plum. This one I taste more cherry.
More cherry. Maybe that's the reason why there's the tart. Because there's a lot more tart in this than the Sweet Treat blueberry.
Yeah.
Well, Sweet Treat kind of makes you think it should be sweet.
Yeah, it is. That one's
okay.
sweet. This one's more tart.
There you go. We always need to get
But
your...
it's good.
Yeah, it's really good, isn't it?
Yeah.
I know. That's how it's supposed to be.
Oh man, I got the mother load on this branch. This branch is a trooper, man. This one right here.
So we wrapped up our apple harvest here today. Now we have 4 apples that are our primary production crops here on the farm. The Golden Dorset, the Anna, the Tropic Sweet, and the Einsheimer. Now out of those 4 varieties, you can see all of them are basically ripe here in June. The Golden Dorset is probably our best producer overall. It's a fantastic apple tree for us here in Arizona. The Anna does better with the Golden Dorset as a cross-pollinator. So having those 2 varieties is a great option. And then the Tropic Sweet, which is pollinated or cross-pollinated by the Anna, that's our favorite. Now you can only get that from Reed at RSI Growers, at least here in town. In fact, all of these trees except for the Einsheimer, we actually purchased from him. So to get an idea of the harvest, we have 3 different things. The first thing we have is our bucket of the Tropic Sweet apples. Those are our favorite apple as far as eating is concerned. Great size apple, nice and sweet, very little tart, and a very, very good apple. The Golden Dorset and Anna, you'll see these here in our Rubbermaid cart. These we're actually gonna be juicing, using them primarily for wine, although apple juice and apple pie would be something that's a nice combination. We also have a discard pile. Now we only have about maybe 1.5 gallons or so of apples that came off of the trees that are a little too much damage for us to use for anything other than feeding to one animal here in particular. So one of the things as far as timing on the apples, we're probably about a week or 2 before these are completely ripe. One thing we've found is the biggest problem we have is birds start attacking these heavily here over the next week to 2 weeks. We pull them early for that. Second thing is they get very mealy. All 4 of these varieties, when they're completely ripe on the tree, is a very, very mealy apple. And we would rather not have that. Now for cider and wine, it's fine to have those apples mealy because they are a little sweeter. The challenge is the birds. You'd have to protect the trees from the birds, and it's just not something that we want to do. Now eventually we'll have these as part of our U-pick operations here on the farm, but this year you can see we didn't have quite enough to do that. So we have some heat coming, and it's already hot now.
Yeah.
Ooh, the breeze feels good though.
It does.
I think it's supposed to get breezier later today. It was nice we were able to get the panels added to the chicken run. Mm-hmm. You've been wanting to do that, well, since we moved in.
Yes.
Essentially.
Yeah,
right?
We only have the half of the top covered with panels, and I want to go all the way, but we got another 10 feet done, so.
Yep. So we're almost there. Yeah. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So that was good. Apple harvest was really good. Mm-hmm. Right? Solid apple harvest. We may do a taste testing video because we've had a lot of people ask us about the different apple varieties here.
Okay.
And those are the 4 primary apple varieties. So maybe we'll do that.
Okay.
We'll see. Stay tuned for that. Yeah. So one of the things that we hadn't talked about is the tree that we're under now. What is this?
This is our nectarine tree.
And what kind of nectarine would it be?
Is it an Arctic star?
Bingo.
Okay.
You got it. It's an Arctic star nectarine, and this is what they look like. So now this is a little underripe. These are getting devastated by birds.
Yeah.
As usual. But one of the things about this, it's supposed to be freestone from doing the research, but the tree itself, so we got this tree from Reed at RSI Growers. I know that's shocking, all of our stone fruit, right? But we have not had a fruit set, and we've never tried the actual fruit until this year.
Yes.
Right? Now we've already eaten them, but let's see how this one looks. All right. Oh yeah, no, I'm just wrecking this thing.
Yeah, don't wreck it. I want to eat it.
No, so a freestone, it's not going to be, ooh, it's really, really, oh, yeah. Here, hopefully you can see that okay, but really, really juicy, beautiful white flesh nectarine. And we're going to try it on camera.
Okay.
Mmm. Ooh, this is the ripest one that we've had.
Mm-hmm.
Here, this one's kind of mushy, but.
I don't want the mushy.
I'll take it.
I have part of mine that's missing.
Oh yeah. This is by far the ripest one that we've had.
Mm-hmm.
Here. That one's not the mushy part. Wow, honey. Okay, so we have harvested all of our peaches, right? So we've been through the whole peach season. So at this point, a nectarine, which is a fuzzless peach, but a nectarine is very similar.
Mm-hmm.
I am not getting any tart whatsoever. Are you getting any tart?
No.
No tart, completely sweet. It's almost overpoweringly sweet. Because there's nothing to balance the sweet, it's just straight sugar. This one might have been almost perfectly ripe. Honestly. A little bit of crunch to it, but totally sweet, really, really juicy.
Yeah, it's really good.
Man, all that sugar is gonna make our hands nice and sticky. Here, you have that. Oh yeah, really good. You got some farm help coming tomorrow.
Yes, Gayla's going to come and help me tomorrow.
Yes, and so you have a little project planned for you guys. You'll be doing what?
We are going to cut out the gates for the Kune enclosure areas.
So the expanded Kune enclosure. So
We want a gate from the girls' pen to the mating pen, and then Winston's pen to the mating pen.
and also a gate outside for us being able to get in a little bit easier, and just in case we want to bring Winston out onto the farm.
Oh my goodness.
Since he has to be by himself, he may have to be with us.
Oh boy.
I'm feeling farm mascot here. That's how I'm feeling about this right now.
Winston's the farm mascot.
He's pretty dang cute.
Oh, he is so adorable. And when he's eating the apples over there, oh my goodness.
He like tries to keep it in his mouth.
I know. And he tries to get these bigger pieces that he can't really fit in his mouth, but
Nope.
he does it.
He does it. Yep. And he's still too small to get up in the thing, so he's got to step up into the feeder still. I don't think he actually does, but he's still small enough he can.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
So just want to thank you for joining us today. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel. We cover a lot of things here on this newly established functioning farm and would love to see you on a regular basis. If you have any questions or comments, those go in the
Comment section down below.
and our Amazon shop. I'll leave a link down in the description. That is a free, painless way to help support the channel. If you start with the link down below, it doesn't matter what you buy, you help to support us here. So just want to thank you for joining us today and remind you, if we can farm on the edge of nowhere,
So can you.
all right, give me those sticky fingers.
Okay. Come on, Nanny. Come on. No.
Oh, why are you all wet? Where did this come from? Winston, stop eating my shoes. I'll just stand right next to you. Let's try this again. Different spot. I literally have pig snot and smear all over me.
You have duck poop on your shoes, so who cares?
It's all about the poop. All about the poop. I know, I prefer uncles personally myself. For ya. Oh,
that sucks.
doesn't suck that bad. I'm eating that. A little bit of wood chips, a little extra fiber. So I'm really want to eat the rest of this. Not gonna lie, but I know better. You gotta try that.
Thank you.
Hon, you gotta come try this. This is very satisfying. Oh.
I dare you to bob for an apple.
What? That's easy. No, that's probably not easy. Oh, dang it.
Oh.
Nope. There's no
happening?
I don't want any snot in our apple
You know
wine.
what you need to do?
Ooh. Are you kidding me? You cheated, you cheated.
You go for the stem.
Oh, you cheater.
I didn't cheat. I got the apple.
No, you didn't cheat. You were just smart about it. I was the one that's being the idiot.
Sticking your face in the water.
Just literally dunking my face in the water. Beautiful white flesh peach.
It's a nectarine.
It's not a peach. It's a fuzzless peach. But a beautiful white. You're absolutely right. I'm right, but I'm wrong.